Look at that, it's a different background. What does this mean? Yes, of course, it means I'm on holiday, like how I do twice every year. Now, this has been a bit of a weird day for me actually, because normally we stay in Anglesey. We have been doing that for the last goodness knows how many years. We're talking since 2017 amount of years. So that's a bit mind-boggling. Oh God, if you think about it, that's nearly 10 years, which is a bit odd. I guess I know I'm moving my hands in the way like Stuart Ashton does, but I watch these videos, it's just natural for me anyway. Magnets, eh? How do they work? Not pretty sure I've quoted that before. Let's not dwell on that though. What we do need to dwell on is how I've been all over the place today. Today is, it says on the iPod, it says it's the 2nd of January, but I think it's more like I think it's more like the 28th to 29th. It's a Monday. I think I have a suspicious feeling it's the last Monday in April. However, we normally go to the retail park in Anglesey on a Monday because of the more stricter closing times. I think they close at 6 on a Monday, on a weekend, on a Sunday. So obviously we can't do Tesco because as opposed to living directly, like practically opposite to the shops, we now have to take a bit of a drive to get to them because we're on the other end of the island. However, that doesn't matter. We actually went to quite a few places because in the area where the shops are, because it's at the other end of the island. We're here and everything else is over there, so we have to keep going over there. And we did all the stuff in that area one day. That was today. Shard Bay. That was a swift drive around. There's the RSPCA, I think it is, if that's the right acronym, in South Stack. So we went to there. And of course, we went to the retail park. So we're talking what are we talking? We're talking Tesco, Home Bargains, Poundland, and B&M Bargains. So we did all of those. Now, quick disclaimer: the photos you're about to see are mostly from B&M. I didn't get any photos at all from Poundland. I think I got very little supply of photos from Home Bargains, and I didn't take the iPod into Tesco at all. Because I think at that point I was a bit more tired, so I just couldn't focus. I think also my hands were full as well, so I couldn't do that. And there was nothing in Tesco I needed to photograph anyway. However, we do have some photos on the iPod. You can hear I'm looking now. Photos I will be getting into. There's eight photos is about the average. There are only 2 photos from Poundland. Oh no, sorry, I said I got no photos from Poundland. I did get some photos from Poundland. I got 2 photos from Poundland. Deary doo doo. Right, did I get any photos from Home Bargains? Am I getting confused? Oh no, according to this, I did get 2 photos from Home Bargains. Silly me, I got photos from all the shops apart from Tesco's. Right, the first place we went into was B&M Bargains. And these are the photos you'll see now, if they are correct on camera, because they should be, because I took them in landscape mode. Okay, so the first one is 2-pack scrubbers. Now, why are these here? Well, at first, I thought, oh, they're just like little sponges with faces on. In fact, in hindsight, I've just noticed they're like a little heart face emojis, but that's not the point. The reason why they're here is because they're actually rip-offs of, Scrub Daddy, Scrub Mommy, which isn't right, because in this country, that's not proper England, according to Bradley Walsh. Anyway, so yeah, they're obviously rip-offs of the Scrub family. And just a quick aside for those in the know, the people who make Scrub Daddies and Scrub Mummies of blah 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 blah, they make a product called Daddy Caddy. Daddy Caddy is also the name of one of Cadicarus, one of Cadicarus's characters. I think at one point I did see, I think it was a Twitter post of Jim Caddick, his real name. I saw a photo of Jim holding actual Daddy Caddy. So inside jokes for those in the know. What's the next image from B&M? Oh yes, B&M could not escape from Easter crackers. These are, I saw these in B&M and immediately sort of rations. Because every time in the past you'd have like an Easter special, like a Valentine's special, something like that. They would have these overstock of I don't even know if they are overstock or not, but they just have like these random like holiday crackers just lying around, like Valentine's crackers, Easter crackers. These are just random. They don't fit in with the Easter theme at all. In fact, if you look, if the image is still on screen, you can see that an odd few of them, I think they're all like animals, like like rabbits or chicks. But if you think about it, I mean, if the top part of the cracker is their head, and if the lower part is their body, then their necks look like they're crushed, like they're like someone didn't think that design through. You pull their heads. That's the cracker. Okay, moving on swiftly, moving on swiftly. I said I've got right next. I said I've got 8 images, but that's a bit of a lie. Sorry for misleading you. But a habit I've got is I take images of stuff I need to remember. There's a thing here. I'm not going to put on the screen because it's not part of this video. Called the Fidget Go series. This intrigued me because I'm not entirely sure what they're supposed to be. I'm going to do a Google search for them later, if I remember when I'm editing this video, obviously, because this will be in the video, because I'm editing it. Hello, later future me, I'm in the video editor. So yeah, clip jump and all that. So I am going to have a look on Google, going to do a Google search for the Fidget Go series, or I've got a photo of the Fidget Go badminton, so I might just put that into Google and see what comes up. I've also noticed how the makers, Toy Mania, don't have a website. They just appear on other websites, like retailers' websites. They don't have a website of their own. Odd. Next image is now this one I will put on a camera screen. Sorry. Is from B&M. It's the last photo from B&M. Long Hello Kitty. Now, quite why this exists, I have no idea. Because there's been reference mania this video, and the references keep coming because this item here, this long Hello Kitty, if you watch Matt Rose, the British YouTuber, just do a search for Matt Rose into YouTube. It should be one of the first results that comes up. He has got this obsession with the Hasbro's Furbies, those like little electronic owls with no off switches. At one point in time, he made a long Furby, which looks a bit like this Hello Kitty plush. Kind of sort of in terms of size and shape, I think. Not necessarily. Oh, look, it's a big cat with a face on. Just I think if you search up long Furby into Google, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, this next image is from. It's from Home Bargains. I'll get into that later. This Sonic projector watch. Now, this intrigued me because normally, I remember, I think normally on places like Wish.com, Temu.com, AliExpress, if you can count that, I'm not sure. Normally, you do see these weird, cheap, bootleg, so-called projector watches floating about. It's a watch, with analog time, and then there's like a projector in it as well. I think I've seen ones for Paw Patrol and Ben 10 floating about. If I remember, I could probably tell you where I found out about them from, which content creators. The Paw Patrol one was definitely from Ashens, because that was from I think it was either a Wish.com video or an AliExpress video. One of those two. It's definitely from one of those. And the Ben 10 one, the Ben 10 projector watch, was from a video about collection of talking about Omnitrixes again for no reason. I think that's the name of the video. I could be wrong. I forget who made it, but it was definitely It definitely had a title along those lines. Anyway, so imagine my surprise when I turned up in a Home Bargains earlier today, and I found a Sonic projector watch. And I saw instantly, is this real? I thought it was I thought it was like a cheap knockoff Sonic toy until I looked closer. And I confirmed that it was indeed real. Because I think it had like a proper brand logo and stuff. This is real. I think it's real at least. Also, if you look in the background of the image, you can see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles version 2. I think that's real. I could be wrong. This could be a devious fake, but as far as I know, I think it might be real. Could be wrong. Also, if you look in the back of the same image, you can see like a green clown wooden knocky stick toy thing. And this other image from Home Bargains is basically just here to remind me about the Transformers Classic Heroes team, because they remind me a lot of the One Step Changers. I have quite a soft spot for those because I think I got the first one. I got quite a few One Step Changers because I was obsessed with those a long time ago because they were easy to transform. And the first one I got, I think, was Crosshairs from Autobot Crosshairs from Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. So I've got quite a soft spot for those. When Transformers Robots in Disguise turned up, the only figures I got from that set were the One Step Changers. So, and the Crash Combiners and the Activators. I had quite a soft spot for combining toys, and I think Sentai is to blame for that. So this image here is just to remind me to look for this range on the internet again. Now, one thing I do... Now, you won't see this, of course. It's not going to be on screen. Just going to try and spell it out here. The image is of an Optimus Prime figure. But it's not Optimus Prime, it's Optimus Primal. Which is the one where he turns into an ape instead of a truck trailer. So I thought, why pick Optimus Primal? Why not go for the truck trailer? And now I later suspect they did make a truck trailer, and Optimus Primal is just there to fill out an empty slot for an extra character. You know, instead of using one of the gajillions of Generation 1 figures from the 1980s they haven't brought back. I'm looking at you, like the Silverbolt, Thundercracker, Hot Shot, I think. Yeah, Hot Shot and Red Alert, and Streetwise, I think that was one. Mudslinger, I think that was one too. Nah. Yes, I know way too much of the stuff. Yeah. Also, don't go around saying that don't go around saying my real channel name is Diamond Bolt, because A, I'm not Australian, and B, I'm not up to my neck in Transformers. I'm up to my neck in Super Things. Okay. And now we move on to the £2 Poundland. Okay, these two you will see, trust me. On to the £2 Poundland photos. And you can tell it's Poundland by the abundance of £1. £1. Save £1. Except if you look in the top, at the very top of the image, you'll see something that's definitely not £1 because it's got like a little curve at the bottom. These are things called stretchy monsters. These are obvious rip-offs of the Heroes of Gujitsu line. If you look at the shark, the blue one, he coincidentally resembles a Thrash from the Gujitsu line. And the Piranha has no Gujitsu counterpart, it's just a different character. I'm also started to look at the blue puppet with the eye and the lipstick. Why is it called lipstick? It looks awfully like a glamorous for like a hand puppet, but whatever. This could also be like a rip-off of that Rainbow Friends Roblox character. Suspicious. Although now I'm not sure. I don't know what the intents behind that character were. Anyway. And the last image we have are these generic Lego rip-off Lego blocks. They're called Young Inventors blocks. Now, you won't be able to see this on camera, on the video on the photo rather, but in the store, they had these weird like coloured flecks embedded into the plastic, and I thought, wow, they look dirty. And they probably were dirty, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe that was the appearance that they were going for. They still looked filthy though, so maybe don't buy them if you see them. What's the brand name? What's the brand name? Can't tell. It's too blurred. Okay, so that is all of the images. You can tell, by the way, the iPod's just turned off. Now, there's an extra bit of information here on the end of this already 15-minute video. I went into Home Bargains because I knew they had some Bakugan in there. Well, I had two goals. One, take photos. Two, buy Bakugan. And they did have some Bakugan. They did have... they had, I think, about 3 or 4 ones I liked, so I picked them all up. They were quite... they were discounted. And then I went into Tesco's after a few other bits and bobs. I think we did. Yeah, I went into Tesco's, and to my surprise, they had a load of Bakugan in Tesco, and they were like discounted. And guess what? We got a bunch from there as well. No idea what the total cost is. But yeah, I want also, before I show you them, because I'm gonna show you just a brief view of which ones I got, because I'm gonna be doing unboxings of them when I get back home from holiday. There's gonna be one per video. I think I counted 13, so 13 different videos. Before I show you them, I'm just gonna point out that yes, I did see some Pyretix, or Pyretix, however you pronounce it, in the shops. There's a co-op that we drive nearby. Co-op Benlek, I think it is. Benlek's got 2 L's. If you want to do a search on Google Maps, go for it. I'm saying this because this is not my permanent home, so you can't dox me. Ha! Co-op Benlek. So yeah, they did have a box of those single box Pyretix in the store, and they were quite low to the ground. They were on the lowest shelf on the magazine stand rack thing, and I looked, barely any were gone from the actual box. And also the co-op in Holyhead, I think it is, in the retail park, Holyhead retail park. That's where all this stuff's been from. Holyhead retail park. The Tesco in Holyhead retail park had the whole blooming stand in. They had the whole whacking lot. They had the 2-packs. So if you find a sealed 2-pack, you should. I'm not saying you will, but you could find a guaranteed Ultra Golden Beer. I'm just saying, if they still have Series 1 Pyretix where you live, if you're in the UK. They had blister packs. Honestly, these are the first time me seeing them in person. They were a lot smaller than I was expecting them to be. I expected Pyretix to be about this big in size. Nope, they're about this big in size, and therefore, obviously the blisters were smaller. I said earlier, they had the whole whacking lot in. I'm not joking. They had a King Shark. They had the other, I think, Sea Speeders, I think they were. In fact, the only 2 things they were missing the single pack box. Although I don't know if they could stock that because they had the 2 packs already. But let's not think about that. And they were missing the monster treasure as well. Quite why they'd be missing the monster treasure when they had King Shark in as well is beyond me. I mean, they're both the same price range, so there's no excuse for them not to stock it. So yeah, they had the whole whacking lot in. And from the looks of things, they didn't sell much, unless I'm mistaken. I don't remember. They didn't sell many blisters or single packs, double packs. Sorry, they didn't sell much of those. So, and also to rub more salt into the wound, apparently, and now I haven't checked this for foolish lies yet, but from what I've been able to figure out, Series 2 Shark Treasure should also be out in the UK. Now, I'm not sure about that. it's a speculative thing based on how Spain's got Series 3 Crazy Jungle out already. Normally they're one series ahead of us. So because they've got Series 3, logically we'd have Series 2. They could be on Amazon yet. I don't know if there'll be any stores yet. I think stores are quite slow at getting shipments of new series in. That's what I found with Super Things. Very, very peculiar. So yeah, if you want to find some Pyretics, go down to your local Tesco's. It's going to be a complete 50-50 if they're going to have them in or not. Sorry, but that's the way it goes. I mean, for example, back where I live at home in England, the co-op nearby to where I live has the whole whacking stand in. But the co-op in Benlek only has that small little box, so it's complete chance. It's up to chance whenever the co-op or store you live nearby, it's to complete chance if they have Pyretics in. None of the stores have Super Things for some reason. Perhaps it's because they can only stock one or the other. I'd also like to point out that Sainsbury's doesn't seem to have any Pyretics in at all. The Sainsbury's I live nearby, back in England, has none. Even when it was Super Things, they had no Series Evolution. Whacked out. They're gone. Okay, now enough talk about stock of Super Things and Pyretics. Is it Pyretics or Pyretics? I don't know. Doctor Who cares. Right. Here is the lot of Bakugarns. Hey! Yes, it's a lot, I know. Also, I just forgot to mention that most of the places I went into have the Gen 3, because apparently these didn't sell very well when they came out because of the whole Beyblade thing. But also, I think both Tesco and B&M Bargains, surprisingly enough, had a few of the Generation 2 ones. Because I think I got this one from B&M Bargains. This is Bakugan Evolutions Colossus. And I got this one, Bakugan Evolutions True Metal Ras. I got this one from Tesco. This one has got, it should say, Nanogarn Aura and Nanogarn Blade. So this on the channel list, this will be the first look at Nanogarn. Probably the last look. Also, I did get one of these massive ones. Nilius. This feels like, is it what, the second or the third Nilius I've got? Anyways, I've also got a checklist I will for these Bakugan that I add stuff to in order to remind myself which ones I've got, so I don't go into a store to accidentally buy duplicates. In fact, I'm quite shocked. I didn't get any duplicates from this lot at all, because I would forget which ones I already have in the shopping bag from previous stores. So I'm just quite glad I didn't get any duplicates. So yeah, unboxings on the channel when I get back from holiday. So until then, also just to point out, the first unboxings on this channel for Bakugan will be the first video that I do when I come back. So until then, Bakugan gonna catch 'em all. Ooh.